If you're a small business owner looking to grow or expand your business, check out OnDeck Business Loans. OnDeck offers business loans online from $5,000 to $500,000, and their simple application process only takes 10 minutes. Unlike banks, they'll give you a decision quickly, and funding is as fast as one day. Get a free consultation with an OnDeck loan advisor. Visit ondeck.com/podcast.
This is the Breakfast Leadership Podcast. Boundaries or burnout, you make the choice. Here's your host, Michael Levitt. As a podcast host, from time to time, thankfully not often for me, but I know for others sometimes it happens, you have what we like to refer to as a no-show, which means someone that was scheduled to be interviewed on your show, and for some reason, they were unable to make it. Now, some shows, unfortunately, have a huge issue with this for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. Myself, I've been thankful that I've only had a handful of these situations come up, and only a couple, didn't even message me to say they need to cancel last minute or anything like that. They just basically went poof, which is fine. Life happens and there's situations that come up. I get it. But for those of you that want to be a guest on a podcast show, I do highly encourage you, if you're unable to make the appointment, even if it's 5 minutes before, send a message and at least let them know that you're unable to make it. Apologize. Because there's a lot of time and effort that goes into recording, scheduling, and all of that kind of stuff. So just out of common courtesy, that's something I would highly recommend you do. If you're unable to make an interview, message them. Even if it's 5 minutes after, at least acknowledge that you missed the appointment, apologize, and hopefully they can reschedule. But that's not the purpose of what I want to talk to you about on this. As I was sitting waiting for my guest not to show up, I'm wearing headphones, and it's quiet in the room that I'm in. I'm not listening to music or anything like that. And these are sound deafening or soundproofing earphones, so I don't hear a lot of things outside. But as I was sitting here just patiently waiting, I could hear my heartbeat. And it was really, really cool. Now, being a cardiac kid that I am, I have heard my heartbeat before, typically when I'm hooked up to an EKG machine and they're doing an ultrasound, or of course, when I had my cardiac event in 2009, I definitely got to listen to my heartbeat. But it was one of those moments where I think in life, because we're all busy, we're scheduled, we're moving things around, we're going from place to place, to this, to that sometimes we forget to pay attention to our heartbeat and just listen to it. Now, if you can't listen to your heart, if you don't have a stethoscope or some headphones that are quiet and you can actually relax yourself to the point where you can actually hear your heartbeat, just put your hand over your heart. That's something I'd like you to do right now, if you're able to, is just put your hand over your heart. Feel the beat. Just feel it. Preferably, don't have any noise or background noise going on if possible. But if you can't, you should still be able to feel your heartbeat. That thing works 24/7. Now, you shouldn't be working 24/7. You need to have time to relax. You need to have downtime. You need to take vacations. You need to take breaks. As I say a lot, if you don't take a break, you will break. It happens to all of us. It did to me. It's happened to people that I know and love. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen to you. So take a moment, feel your heartbeat, nurture it, take good care of it, because it's important. It's the most important thing about your existence is that heart beating. Because it pumps blood and oxygen, all those fun things that keep us alive, that allow us to do the things that we love and enjoy doing.
Hey, it's Michael again. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. If you're like many people, you're dealing with some significant stress and possibly approaching burnout. I know how you feel. In 2009, my burnout led to a year of worst-case scenarios. I do not want that to happen to you. If you go to breakfastleadership.com, you can register for a free webinar on burnout prevention, as well as get a free checklist to have successful mornings. Start off each day the right way. Again, that's at breakfastleadership.com. Also, since you are a loyal podcast listener, I'm asking you to like, rate, and review my podcast on iTunes. I look at all the reviews and appreciate your comments, and it helps other potential listeners discover the content I have on the show. I appreciate you, and thanks again for listening.